Hey friends, my name is Olivia and welcome to my channel called Talking About What Though, where who exactly knows what we're talking about? Fuck if I know, but I did do another pick a card reading for everybody. I've got 3 cards from, where is it? The Gaia Oracle by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. That's probably the main card. And then as like a complimentary little doot, we've got Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle by Cheryl Yambrach Rose. I hope I didn't botch the pronunciation of her last name. Sorry. All of my days are starting to look the same. But this is a weekly reading for the next week. And, you know, for the last couple weeks, I've sucked at getting this video out on like a Sunday or Monday or whenever, like, you know, the week begins. Time doesn't exist anyway, so fuck it. We'll call this a weekly reading from the time that you saw it to, like, you know, a week from now. We'll do that. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of good messages with all 3 of these cards. After going through it, there was honestly something in each message that I personally resonated with. So if you want to pick more than one card, then do it, and maybe you'll get more than one message out of this reading. That's what I found for myself. Let's get to it. So these are the cards. 1, 2, and 3. I got this bitch poking her face out, checking everything out. Take a moment, obviously, pick a card, and we'll start with card number 1 right now. So for card number 1, we have Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel, I can't read, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance. This is cute. And the second card we have is Maka, Lifting the Curse of War. This is Lift the Curse and Forgive. Also cute. I really like these cards and I really like this message. Eternal Dance, Movement, Wheel of Life, Path of Least Resistance. The Eternal Dance is about knowing that there is more than one way to get to where you want to go. That you're on your path, and the way you've been going down your path is met with resistance, like feeling like shit, or fear, or doubt, or a lot of frustration. I can relate to that shit. Knowing that there's more than one way to get to where you want to go. That the way you've been doing it, you don't have to do it that way. So if there's a lot of worry and stress and trying really hard to figure shit out, or trying to force things to go a particular way, or trying to force an outcome because you really want that outcome, you can still get that outcome. You can still go down your path, but not by forcing it. There needs to be more flow, more movement. You got to feel better. Dancing, movement. I mean, bitch is literally dancing. This is about having more fun. It's about loosening up. It's about relaxing a little bit more. And it plays very well with the Lift the Curse, Forgive, Maka, Lifting the Curse of War card. I'm going to show it again. Knowing that you got to take the path of least resistance. I feel like the war that this is talking about is the war that you've got going on within yourself. It just relates back to, you know, loosening up and relaxing a little bit more and having a little bit more fun. You gotta let go of the stress and the worry and shit you got going on. You gotta let go of the war that is going on within you that you are doing to yourself. But it's cool because this says forgive. Like, you gotta forgive yourself. You gotta cut yourself some slack. You gotta tell yourself that, like, it's okay, that everything going on, yeah, it's stressful and you don't have shit figured out yet, or, you know, whatever this situation, whatever this shit applies for you, you gotta forgive yourself and have a little bit more compassion and tell yourself that it's okay, and you just gotta relax the war that you have going on. In doing this, you know, pick a card shit, I did it for myself too, and this was the card that I picked for myself, and it honestly resonated so fucking well because literally like 2 or 3 days ago, I think, well, really for the last like few weeks, I've been stressing the fuck out over not knowing what exactly I'm gonna do when this quarantine is over. So I've been trying to put stuff together and trying to figure out my fucking life. And I naturally will worry and stress like a bitch over this kind of stuff. So I saw some kind of like meme online the other day, and I don't even remember what it said, but it made me think to myself, what if I just stopped? What if I just stopped thinking about this? What if I just stopped worrying about all of this, which goes against my nature of who the fuck I am and how much I worry and shit. But what if I just stop? And what if I just tried to remain more cognizant of the fact that I can choose how to feel? What if I just simply chose to do things more that made me feel good, instead of guilting myself over, well, I should be doing, X, Y, or Z, because that's going to help me go down the path that I want to go down. But by me doing X, Y, or Z, I still have resistance. And I don't know about you, but I'm about really tired of this shit. So relax a little bit more, ease up. What does this card say? Add some more movement. I mean, again, she's literally dancing. Lately, I've been listening to more music. I know that sounds kind of whatever. I don't listen to music a lot. There's no real reason why. I just don't. But over the last few days, I've just been listening to music more. Whether it's depressing music that relates to my feelings or it's happy music, like what the fuck ever. My point is that I've been singing more, and it's helping me to relax. So that's really what this shit is about. Going down the path of least resistance, knowing that all the worry and the stress and the trying to figure it out and trying to force things and trying to do X, Y, or Z, there's other ways to do it. And you gotta feel good in order to do it. You gotta lift the curse of the fucking war you have with yourself in order to move along, to go down the path that feels better to you. And you gotta forgive yourself for fucking doing it, because we're human. We're gonna stress, we're gonna worry, this shit's gonna fucking happen. Life happens. But that's what you gotta do to move forward. So for card number 2, we have evolution. And I can't read backwards. Earth changes, climate change, transformation. Along with Anastasia and the ringing cedars of Russia. Plant the seed of a new template. So, Earth changes, climate change, transformation. Both of these cards are about Earth and changing and growing and transformation and evolution. And, that's pretty fucking simple. For me personally, whenever I see in any kind of reading or anything like that, the word evolution or evolve, for me personally, it's a very auspicious word. It's a very auspicious meaning. And to me, it means you're on the right path. That the path you're on, and I really hate saying shit like that, because I think it's actually one of the most annoying things in the world, that you look up a spiritual meaning and stuff online, whether it's a angel number or it's a this or that, and all it simply means is that you're on the right path. Please shut the fuck up. But that's what this really does mean to me, that the path you're on, whatever it is that you're doing and going through, is happening for a divine purpose to help you evolve. This card, the evolution card from the Gaia Oracle, talks about the earth, and it mentions climate change, and I don't want to go into a big thing about climate change, but it talks about how the earth is changing, obviously, but it's always been changing, and it always will be changing. What I've learned from Abraham Hicks is that when you think about the fact that our planet is held in like perfect proximity to all these other planets and to the sun, and everything orbits so smoothly, and like just the way that our planet turns and shit, like there's just a greater, bigger force, a divine, benevolent source behind what is making that happen. So it's too perfect and too divinely controlled to think that it can actually ever be destroyed. So, you know, I'm not going to say one thing or another about climate change. I know that there's science and shit that can say X, Y, or Z, but I don't personally walk around thinking, oh my God, we're killing the planet, and if we don't do X, Y, or Z, the planet's shit, you know, in the next, like, 20 years or something. I personally choose to look at the planet like we are okay. Everything is okay. Our planet is abundant. Our planet is thriving. And everything is okay. Because that feels better to me. I know that, you know, it always has been changing. It is changing, and it always will change. And I choose to think that we're not going to destroy it. I don't want any actions that I'm going to take to be based off of a fear of destroying the planet. Like, I'm not. I'm all for doing different practices that promote the health and well-being of our planet, like, you know, systems and shit that have to do with like clean air and clean water and all of that stuff. But I think the feeling behind all of that is really at the root of the matter. That's really what the most important thing is. You know, do you want to do this stuff because you love the planet, or because you're fucking afraid of what could happen to the planet? Like, there's a difference. One's love, one's fear. And I'm just saying that I'm not going to do stuff out of the fear. I personally believe that well-being abounds on our fucking planet. It's just too, you know, there's too many divine hands on this planet to think that it can really be fucked up. And I think that that's something that we all need to keep in mind amid this pandemic and all this shit going on. That in a lot of aspects, like, the world looks like shit. And I don't mean the physical planet. I mean, like, what a lot of people are going through. Like, you can't deny that a lot of people are going through hardships right now. But look at the good that is happening to the planet. Like, there's all that shit about, the dolphins returning to the, you know what I'm fucking saying, the clean air in LA, and all this good shit that is happening to the planet right now because of what we're going through. And you need to keep in mind that if you and the planet are one, which you are, because we're all connected, everything is one, right? Then you're going through the same process. Everything that you're going through right now, whether your quarantine is fucking fly in the sky shit, or you're going through a hard time, or what you perceive to be a hard time, it doesn't quite matter when you remember that everything is always working out for you, and that what you're going through is in an effort to evolution. And what is this card about? Plant the seed of a new template. We plant seeds in the earth, right? Because this is all about earth. New things are growing. New seeds are being planted. You're evolving. It's time to grow into what you are meant to become. And whatever you're going through right now is helping you evolve to what you are meant to become. And that's something you gotta keep in mind. I know I just found out today that somebody very close to me got laid off, but they're like a teacher, so and this is for next year, because all these budget cuts and shit are happening. You know, this is so she got laid off from her teaching job for next year, and that's a pretty fucking huge perceived negative when you thought that that was your path. But that bigger, broader perspective is about evolution. You know, you're going through shit. And whether you think that it's the right shit happening or the wrong shit happening right now, it's meant to help you evolve and put you onto the path of where you're supposed to go. You know, the most positive outcome for you. So keep that in mind, that, you know, as we look at the well-being and the good things that are on our planet right now, you just got to keep in mind that you are a part of that. You and the planet are one, and good things are going to be happening for you too. Like I said, evolution is such an auspicious, I love that word. It's such a really good thing whenever I see it. And actually, whenever I do see it, when it comes up like this, I will see the word evolve, or I will see the word evolution repeatedly afterwards in various things. I'll see it, and that's just more synchronicity to me that, yeah, you're on the right path and you are evolving and you're growing, and this is the best thing for you. So for card number 3, we have perception, beyond the veil of illusion, and I'm probably going to botch this pronunciation, Benedicta Viriditas, the blessed green, guard and protect the sacred waters of life. Cute. So this card is about knowing your truth, standing firmly in your truth, speaking your truth, knowing what is true to you, what you see, perception, what you see as true to you. And it's about not being swayed by others, standing firmly in what you believe. And this card is about guard and protect the sacred waters of life. I don't really actually completely remember what the card is about, like according to the book, just because I intuitively got different messages about this. But I think in the book, the chalice or grail or whatever she's holding like represents the Holy Spirit or something. But the way that I put this together is, if that's the case, if that's the Holy Spirit or whatever the fuck, and you're guarding and protecting it, the sacred waters of life, that is representative of your truth. Because your truth is a part of you. It's a very big part of you, what you believe. It's that good part about yourself. So it's sacred. I mean, waters of life, we're like 70% water. So this is about that part of you that you know is truth deep within yourself. Okay. So we've established that. Now, what's really interesting is that these cards are about, like I said, standing firmly in your truth, guarding and protecting your truth. But what I intuitively think this is more about is not pushing against what you don't want or what you don't believe. I think people think that guarding and protecting something is synonymous with pushing out everything else away. I'm going to guard and protect against X, Y, and Z, so I'm pushing against X, Y, and Z because I don't want it. But it's not the same thing, and you can't look at it like it's the same thing, because when you're focused on what you don't want, I mean, that's where your focus is. That's how shit manifests, right? You don't have to be so into what you think is true to the point where you're pushing away what other people think is true. Because everybody has a truth, right? I'm about tired of saying the word truth, but fuck it. Everybody is going to think what they want to think. Everyone's going to believe what they want to believe. And this actually makes me think of like this whole pandemic shit, this whole coronavirus, whatever. That's what came to my mind about this is, you know, there's a lot of divide and there's a lot of arguing, there's a lot of back and forth between people and what they think is true about the situation that we're in. Whether you think this is a fucking hoax, or whether you think that this is all very real, and it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, it matters. I don't mean it like it doesn't matter. It matters, but in the sense that you got to stop pushing against other people for what they're going to believe is true. So stop getting mad at people and stop, calling them stupid or doing whatever it is that you're doing if they think something other than you. Stop trying to push your beliefs upon other people and judging them for what they may or may not be doing. It's kind of like if you went to the store, and for this example, like let's say the store is not requiring people to wear masks. I know a lot of places are, but there's also a lot of places that are not. And you show up without your mask and you're judging all of these people that are wearing masks because they believe that that's what they should do. You got to stop judging them and thinking, oh my God, like, you fucking sheeple, like, you're just, submissing into this fucking power game that the world is fucking bringing upon us, and you're just going along with this fake, false bullshit narrative, like, ha ha ha, I'm better than you because I'm not in a mask. You got to stop doing that, and it's the same side of the, different other side of the coin, whatever the fucking metaphor is. If you're the one in the mask and you show up to the store and you're observing all these people who are not wearing masks, and you're thinking to myself, oh my God, you're a part of the problem. You're not wearing a mask. You're going to breathe all your fucking coronavirus germs all over everything, and you're going to get me sick. You're going to get my elderly mom sick. You're a part of the problem, and this is why we can't have nice things. That's got to stop too. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. Stop judging other people for what they're fucking doing and how they're living their own goddamn lives. Doing stuff like that and thinking like that is not divinely standing in your truth. It's pushing against what you don't want. It's pushing against other people for their beliefs and their opinions. Now, a lot of people will arguably say that light workers, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, are here on Earth at this time to help wake humanity up and to see beyond the veil of illusion. And I agree. I personally agree with that, but to an extent. And the extent is, I'm not going to force my ideas and my beliefs and what I believe to be true for myself. I'm not going to push that down other people's throats. I'm not going to go out of my way and shout from the fucking rooftops about X, Y, and Z and the government and blah, blah, blah. I may share a few memes back and forth, over the internet, but I'm not blowing up people's Facebook pages with bombshell information. And I'm not judging anybody who does. I follow a lot of people online who do that because that's what I want to read. But I'm personally not the kind of person who's going to go out of, who's going to go out of my way and do that. And it's not that I don't care about waking people up, but I don't care. I don't mean that in an apathetic way, because I do care, but am I going to shout it from the rooftops and try to shove it down people's throats? No. I can gingerly put stuff out there, and if the right people, something distracted me. If the right people see it and it resonates with them, then cool. That's how I'll go about it. But judging people and trying to, put them down for believing in stuff other than what you do, and trying really hard to just force other things, it's not going to work out. And it sure as hell doesn't feel good. So a lot of that needs to stop. And I'm not judging anybody who does do that. Like, I don't know if I sound hypocritical where I'm like, stop doing this, stop doing that. And if it sounds like I'm doing the same thing, I'm right there with you. Seriously, I'm right there with you. A few weeks ago, I went to the fucking grocery store, and in the back of my mind, I judged people who were or were not wearing a mask, and I wasn't really too cognizant of that at the time. because here I am just judging and trying to get my fucking shopping done. But it was something that I reflected on later. Something that I looked back on and thought, I need to not do that, because that's ultimately not who I am. That's not the kind of person I want to be. That's not how I want to feel, because it doesn't feel good to judge other people, obviously, duh. So stand in your truth, protect and guard your truth, but more importantly, stop pushing against other shit that you don't want. Let people believe what they're gonna believe. The world is waking up. More people are believing different things, and you just gotta sit back and relax and let it happen, because if shit's meant to happen, then it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen by force. Really, do whatever the hell you want. Just do things that feel good to you. It doesn't matter what you believe in, what other people believe in. Just try not to be an asshole and do things that feel good. That's about it. Thank you for watching this video. Definitely appreciate it. Hopefully one of these messages resonated with you. Like this video if you liked it. And next week we'll do more shit. Bye-bye.